most harrowing several hours of my life, I think. I thought I was doing so well. I don't know, maybe I didn't do anything wrong. Almost. So interesting, just hit this current line, and it seems like the minute the water hits that brackish water or that discolored water, the waves come up. Where it's blue there, it does seem more calm. Maybe it's an optical illusion, I don't know. Interesting to find out what that's all about. That was a hairy ride. It's funny, like you saw that line in the current, and then all of a sudden on this side of the strait, it got a lot more manageable as far as waves go. I struggled a bit there right when I crossed that line. I don't know what changed, but all of a sudden it just sort of stalled, and then I was almost heaved to, so I was just going sideways. So I reset the sails and seem to be going along pretty good now. Seem to be headed towards where I want to be, so that's a good thing. I think it's one of those things that's just going, I'm just going to get more and more comfortable doing it, right? Like right now, it's like, oh my God, I'm not at the right heading, or I'm not pointed in the right direction. I mean, and I don't know. It just seems to me like I'm not doing much right, I guess is my feeling overall. But I don't know, like I say, I seem to be pointed in the right direction. I'm off course a little bit, but I can straighten that out with the motor when I get there. Let me just check it right now. Like I can see the gap where I'm supposed to be. It still says that I'm going the wrong direction by a little bit, but I could be slipping sideways a bit. Not quite sure what to do with that. I can't go up into the wind any more than I am. Like I say, I might just have to correct it with the motor once I get there. Or once I get closer. This has been the most harrowing several hours of my life, I think. It just seems like I've done everything wrong today. Got closer to the other side of the channel and decided to hoist the foresail. The forestay snapped. All hell broke loose. I had both sails open. The forestay snapped. I just thought as quick as I could, spun it into the wind, dropped the sails. Like it was just sheer panic. The sails sprayed all over the deck. I couldn't film anything. And where the foresail snapped is up at the, or where the foresail snapped is up at the mast. So I just decided to keep going. I mean, I'll go meet Rick and Anna and just try to relax tonight. And then, I don't know. There's Wallace Island. And then behind it, those tall ridges, that's Vancouver Island. It's beautiful.
I think we drifted in a little.
Yeah.
I think we want to be dropping more out in line with here. So we're going to back up until we see the line tension, but we don't want to shock load.
Right.
We just want to come back nice and easy. So it's in and out usually. And we may not like the swing position, but first time anchoring, so you got to try it, right? You may end up having to stern tie, but make it easy and try it here where we have room.
So we're just backing up until we stop. So we've stopped.
Yeah, we've stopped, so I'm just gonna sit for a second.
Yeah.
It'll pull the chain out a little bit, that kind of thing, and then you know the trick of lining 2 items on the shore, and then you just pick those spots and you just buckle the RPM. We should move initially because it's gonna, any chain that's piled up will straighten out, and then we'll feel the anchor tug, and then we put more weight on it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you feel that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Probably just
tugged.
raise the chain.
Yeah. All right, that seems good.
We're set. So you hold it. You know, the initial reaction is, oh, 5 seconds, you're good. If you're gonna sleep on it,
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, that feels pretty solid.
Thanks for the lessons, Rick.
Hey, no worries.
We did it. We anchored. Rick and I again. Rick with some crucial information on how to do this. I would have failed miserably, I think. And it's good to know, listening to people that have done it before, you know, that, yeah, you got to do it 3 or 4 times. And it doesn't always work the first time every time. So
Those of us that have failed before like to share.
Oh, Rick.
Share the knowledge, not the misery.
Thanks, buddy. So yeah, we're anchored here in Princess Cove, correct?
Yes.
Princess Cove, Wallace Island. So
We see what happens. We sprung forward. Oh, there's an area.
yeah. So this is where I woke up this morning. Do some exploring today. Try to figure out. And Penta's still smoking a little bit. Still cold. See you guys.
Morning, Todd.
Safe sail.
Enjoy your stay at the Gulf.
Yeah.
Gulf Islands, that is.
So we're right in there somewhere.
This is exactly what I had in mind when I envisioned this life. You know, anchored in quiet little coves, exploring, hiking, fishing, crabbing, just living more peacefully, more simply. It doesn't feel that way right now. I've got a lot on my mind, and yeah, I think it's time to clear some of those things from my mind. Just don't feel like I'm being myself right now. So I'll get this boat re-rigged and just do what I gotta do to make that happen, because I want this world of mine to continue. Oh, so many things going through my mind right now. There's Vie Sauvage, anchored way out there. Yeah, feeling embarrassed, feeling inadequate, feeling accomplished, you know? Like, it's just so weird. It's just such a balance of things. Did some things wrong. You know, not having that rigging inspected was a mistake, but I mean, looking at the bottom stays, even my friend Moore, who is a rigging expert, I showed him pictures this morning, and so he's kind of talking me through it, and you know, we agree that the outer stays have been replaced at some time. The inner stays are showing some discoloration, but anyways, it looks to us as though the side stays, maybe I'm calling them the wrong thing, have been replaced at some point in time. And the forestay has not. That's the stay, the main wire that joins the mast to the bow. And that's where the furler roller was hooked up to. And that furler roller had seized. So, you know, clearly it must be original. Yeah, so, you know, not enough due diligence there. I recognize that. I'm glad that I was able to save the boat and save me, but now I have to just work hard at fixing it. So, and right now, just being out for a walk in beautiful rainforesty kind of stuff on the coast is medicine. So, well, that's interesting. Not sure what that's all about, but kind of cool. Looks like an old Jeep, maybe, of some sort. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recognize it. That's the other thing that's going through my mind right now is just, you know, yesterday afternoon, even this morning waking up, I was sort of in a little bit of a daze of, you know, oh, woe is me, and what do I do now? And so the thing that occurred to me throughout the day today is like, just get to it. Like, frick, man. You know, stuff's gonna break, stuff's gonna go wrong. That's inevitable. And if I can't deal with this stuff, where I'm so close to all the resources, then how am I gonna deal with it when I'm out in the rest of the world? I guess the answer to that will be to have a better boat. But in the meantime, I still need to, there's still so much I need to learn. The thing that's bugging me about what happened yesterday too is that perhaps it was my fault. I had decent wind. I mean, the rigging should have been able to handle that. I mean, you know, I'll show you pictures of that rigging. It was rusted pretty good. But, you know, maybe I just had too much sail out and too strong a wind. I was heeled over pretty good, but the boat's designed to do that, so. Anyways. I can second guess all I want. The reality is that the rigging wasn't up to par. And it broke, so get it fixed. This is so neat. Oh, such a neat story. David Conover answered an ad in a college newspaper. Summer counselor wanted boys camp, 6 weeks, expenses paid on a Canadian island. He's from America, so he was in the war. Then, in 1946, they bought this island and turned it into a resort. It was here on Wallace Island that he wrote his first love letters, and beside him was the girl he'd written them to. Aw. Cool story. To find out what happened to the Conovers, visit Wallace Island on Facebook. David Jr. Conover, teaching himself how to sail using one of the rental sailboats. He was not allowed to go outside Conover Cove. Maybe that should be my rule too. I just love history like this. I mean, it's not ancient history, but it's still history. It's kind of neat. So cool. Okay, so I have to climb up the mast. It'll be my first time doing this. I have to get, or the guy that's putting together the rigging for me wants me to get that last piece that's up there just so that he can be sure about the measurements. He went up there the other day and just wasn't able to get it down. So I have to go back up there. So what I'm doing here though is I'm running, I've spliced these two lines together with some electrical cord and electrical tape. And I'm going to run new main halyard up the mast. Because this old halyard, I mean, is old. So it could be rotten. I'm not sure. But anyways, so I'm going to pull this through. And then I'm going to do the same thing again with the new halyard and then pull it through and try to change out the halyard from the deck of the boat. It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Steve, thank you so much. You have no idea how you've saved me today.
Yeah, well, you've still got a project in front of you.
Yeah, well, I have to go back one more time, but Steve will be here to the other Steve will be here to crank me up.
Yeah.
This is how they get sailboats in and out of the water. It's called the travel lift.
Good weekend day sailors and and 2 or 3 week cruisers. I've never really known anybody go offshore in one.
There's a few people that have circumnavigated in them. So
I mean, I know a guy who went all the way to Fiji in a similar kind of boat, and it was like I mean, he made it back barely.
sure. Yeah, no, I don't have delusions of grandeur with this.
The ideal boat for me is like a like a pilot cutter, Bristol Channel cutter or something like that. For offshore, about 28 to 30 feet.
Right.
Standing headroom, good offshore boat. Cheap to run, easy to fix.
I haven't decided what my next boat is, or if I have a next boat. It's one of those things where I'm just enjoying this adventure, and whatever happens, happens. I actually put today. I applied today on Crew Finder.
Oh yeah.
To see if I can get some gigs transporting boats, right? As crew. So we'll see.
Well, there may be some time there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta take a rest. At the bottom of the dock, there's a Beneteau 45 there. And called First Sight.
Okay.
I sailed that back from Hawaii back in 2000.
Oh wow.
And it had an electric halyard winch.
Right.
Perfect.
Almost. Well, we did it. Stephen, 4 times
Yeah.
up and down that mast. Good winching, buddy. And yeah, well, you did. Wow. And so that gives me some adjustment there too, hey, on that forestay. All right. Finally got the forestay fixed. Did a couple other things while I was up there as well. Got the I added the Genoa, what would it be called? Spinnaker halyard. So there's another line here that goes up to a block at the front of the mast, and that's for the spinnaker. I never had one. What else did I do? I ran another pulley, another block up to the standard on the spreader. So now I've got, is that right? A standard halyard just for running flags and stuff up. So yeah, and then of course have the new forestay installed, which looks awesome, looks beefy. So I think I'm back in business. And now it's just a question of what next? What now? So anyways, I had to go up and down the mast 4 times today, and I am zonked. I am really zonked. That is a lot of work. And my friend Steve, who was helping me run the winch, he was doing the winching, so that's a lot of work too. So we both had a good workout today. But anyways, I'm feeling good that that is done. The only problem right now, though, is that my tender was there. And now it's not. So one problem solved and another problem to solve. I don't know what happened. So I don't know if it just came untied somehow and drifted off, which means that it should be that way. So I'm just gonna go look and or if it grew legs, I don't know. So anyways, hopefully not the latter. Hopefully it's just drifted away. So I'm gonna go for a little bike ride, grab a bite to eat, and have a look down in the bay there to see if I can see it. So good day.